I'm coming up with something to finish. Your
Can you
sentence,
finish
Michael,
mine too? You have double trouble here today. You're gonna if you finish mine, you finish his. I think we're gonna have a fucking awesome time.
When he puts that,
We will indeed.
the good thing about doing this, Michael, is that it's great to actually catch up and spend some real time. With old friends and somebody you haven't seen for a while. So
yeah, I bet.
Thank you. I just thank you very much for taking the time
Kidding me? Dude. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Well, since your lovely better half mentioned it to me, and but I've been like out and about and running around. Yeah, so.
First of all, the first thing I got to say that I've noticed about you is you seem like you've changed your look a little bit.
Have I?
For a long time you were wearing the Grateful Dead glasses.
I still have those.
And then the other hat, and. Yeah. Recently, I've seen you with this cap.
My straw hat. I have lots of hats. I like hats.
Yeah.
I got straw hats. I have Panama hats. I have a hat maker in Oregon that builds my what do they call 5-penny hats, like the Irish style hats.
You have a hat maker in Oregon who makes hats for you?
That's right.
That's the guy who likes hats.
That's a sentence that registers. Yeah.
Are you bald? I've forgotten.
I don't remember. There you go.
No. You still got your hair.
No, I'm like.
No, you still got your hair up there.
I'm thinning.
You're thinning,
a wee
but
bit,
yeah. So that's not bald. No.
I think maybe because I wear hats, I'm losing my hair.
I was thinking about that too. See, I haven't worn hats for a long time, but my hair's still not quite gray yet. So I was waiting until it got gray. Then I was going to put a hat on, and then I was wondering to myself, if I wear a hat all the time, my hair never
people
gets.
People are going to think you're bald.
Not so much that, but if I always have a hat on, the sun never hits it and shit. Will it just kind of wither away as compared to normally?
It might. It might create pattern. The reason pattern baldness exists is because people wear certain hats. Maybe.
Okay.
What do you think? Is that true? I'm going to turn this thing off, or I'll turn it on in case somebody calls.
You can leave it on. You can ring.
So I'll answer if somebody calls.
Yeah. My first question to you is: Are you carrying?
Not right now.
You're not. You're not.
I usually do. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I usually do.
All right. So
Isn't that funny? I do.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do. You're the one of the very few people that I know that has got a concealed weapon permit.
I have it in lots of different.
Well,
states.
basically, you're just kind of waiting for that crazy motherfucker with the automatic weapon to show up at the mall that you're at, right?
Well, I'm actually a good shot. So.
Well, I'm sure you are. Last time I was with you, one of the times I was hanging out with you, you're not, you had one here, you had one here.
I usually carry
you had a knife that you probably.
I usually carry a backup and a knife, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm usually armed. I feel naked without it. Ever since Tombstone. Ever since our movie Tombstone.
Yeah.
I've literally stopped to get gas, got out of the car, went to adjust my holster. And it wasn't there.
Oh.
I felt so naked.
Oh, really?
After doing that movie.
But you can't get a concealed weapon without. Didn't you have some guy chasing you around or something?
You can get a concealed weapon. In the old days in California, you needed a
reason.
A reason.
Yeah.
And either you're carrying lots of money all the time.
Yes.
Or
a stalker.
Or
you
have some. You have some folks that are not liking you and that are threatening you sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, you can, and you still can. California has concealed weapons.
Well, that's good to know. I would just shoot myself if I had one. I know I would just end up shooting myself.
I still train. I go to the range and shoot. It's just so relaxing.
I know. Everybody loves it too.
I love it.
Everybody loves shooting a gun. Sigourney Weaver she didn't want to do Aliens because there was too much gunfire. And Jim said, well, come on out to the range with me. Let me show you what this is all about.
Used to it.
Turned her around in a heartbeat.
I bet, right?
Yeah.
You sort of get used to it. And that's, literally, I had shotguns prior to Tombstone.
Yeah, me too. I grew up with shotguns.
So, it wasn't anything new to me, but I didn't carry every single day on set. We got the holster. It just it balanced you out a little bit.
You got the one on your left hip, the one on your right sock. Yeah. Well, I think it was about the time you were doing that play with Jennifer. That
that's right.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't like directing that much, but it was fun.
Well, you also
theater directing.
You also had you were directing a play.
Yeah.
And I think it was a 2-person play, but you had to fucking deal with Brian Callen, and Brian Callen is a fucking wild card, to try to get him to rehearse and it was a dramatic play. It wasn't a comedy, correct?
It was.
Yeah.
They did great. I didn't have to really do a lot of directing. They were fantastic.
Yeah. I remember that. I wanted to. One of the things that kind of I didn't know very much about podcasting really at all. Rogan, all these guys, Doug Stan, all these guys have been doing it for like 20 years, and I wasn't even that aware of it. And Michael Rosenbaum called me. He'd been trying to get me to do it for a while. And I didn't know what it was, and I was like, I don't, whatever. Finally, about 3 years ago, Jennifer said, Michael Rosenbaum, you should do this and you should do that. And I said, okay, let me, this person's done it, that person's done it, right. Rooker's done it. I was like, Michael's done it? Yeah. I said, okay. So I said, okay, well, tell him I'll do it. So I thought just to do my research, as we do, I would go back and look at a couple people, and I looked at, I watched your podcast, okay, that you did. This goes back like 3 years ago, before I'd even done a podcast before, right? It was a while back, and I got on his show, and I talked about this a little bit, and you wouldn't know anything about it, but I talked about it a little bit. He asked you, Michael, do you ever get pissed when you're working? You ever get really, really fucking angry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody has.
Well,
you do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me tell you what you said then. Okay, which is not that.
Because I don't remember what I said.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to do any number on you. You said, well, sometimes I'll just, for effect, I'll put it out there. Mm-hmm. I'm not really that upset or angry, but I'll just put it out there for effect to let people know. And I said to Michael Rooker at this time, I said, whoa. I seem to remember a time when I was working on Tombstone that Michael Rooker just about tore the head off of George Cosmo.
This is true, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit? Because I was, I think you guys were shooting indoors, and it got to be one of those, Rookers all over. Rooker, get in here. You got to see this.
Yeah, it was a late night. I think we had been working a lot, and there were two incidents. One with George and one with one of the producers.
Which producer? Jim Jacks?
Really another producer that was like all of a sudden took over the set and started telling all the actors where to go and what to do. Okay. And I basically just shut him down. Yeah. I said, time out a minute. Can we just do the scene and see what the fuck happens here?
Yeah.
Can you go over there and let us do the scene?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just leave the set.
Yeah.
Well,
we didn't really have a director.
Yeah, please. I mean, and George Cosmatos, that occurred because he was very belligerent to a young lady, and I didn't like it.
Right. And that's all that was.
That's all that was.
Okay. All right. Because when people know that was a 140-page script, and we shot 4 weeks with Kevin Jar.
Yeah.
And did you shoot with Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you shoot scenes with Kevin? Did you like Kevin? What was your?
Give
me your impressions of Kevin.
I enjoyed
Jar.
Kevin. I like Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, I think the studio at the time, they really didn't want him to direct it. They wanted someone else to direct it, but he insisted. So he forced the point, right?
Well,
if it's my movie, I'm going to direct it, and he really wanted to direct it.
Yeah.
And so they said, okay, but you got to do it within these boundaries, and those boundaries were impossible to do that movie within those boundaries. So in his mind, I'm sure, I mean, we've both been around this for a long time. He started shooting things in masters and long media. I mean, there was no coverage.
Yes.
And so he lost, basically he lost his actors. There's no coverage. People are playing proscenium march. It's like doing theater. We might as well be doing theater. So it became a big shit show, and so they ended up firing him.
Well, the way that I remember it too was that, that he, first of all...
they just gave him enough rope to hang himself, basically.
Yeah. Well,
pretty much what happened.
And he was shooting wide. He wanted, is it John Ford, Jim?
Yeah.
He wanted to shoot it in kind of an old-fashioned style,
right?
Which they weren't completely happy with. And but he was, I kind of thought he was kind of like a my way or the highway kind of a guy. I didn't really feel like I collaborated with him. I liked him. Hey, how'd you get cast?
Yeah, he just had it. He just had his thing.
Yeah, how'd you get cast in that? Do you remember?
I had a meeting with him.
You did? Like a meeting? Just a meeting?
We had lunch and talked about the roles, and
and he offered it to you.
And he offered it to me.
Yeah.
So
and that's
pretty simple. I mean, it was. I think he met with a lot of actors, and the agents did not like that.
Right.
They didn't like him jumping the gun.
Yeah, and meeting
and doing all that on his own. He did it all on his own. That's who he was, right? He wanted to do. He did everything. It was his way or the highway, and it was his thing. And if that had been working out, if he had taken the time to get coverage and do it the way he wants it, but also make sure that the story's being told, okay? And sometimes you can't tell that story unless you get in close. And he didn't want to get in close at all.
Yeah. No, he didn't. I got a call from my agent, and my agent said, there's movies out. Kurtz playing Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
They sent me the script. I don't know. Maybe I was just the first one they sent it to. Maybe my career was doing really well at the time or whatever. Nobody's cast in it except for Kurt, who's playing Wyatt Earp. Mm. Yeah, read it. Let us know if there's any role that you want to play. That's what they said. And I read it, and I said, I want to play Doc Holliday. That's who I want to fucking play because, I knew a good role. And they said, well, that might not happen. And
there are a lot of good roles in that thing, man.
Oh, everybody's great.
Everybody is really good.
Everybody's good.
It was great. And I hadn't ridden horses in a long time, and so it was fun to get up there. And I mean, the shit we put those animals through. I mean, we were running through the back country, jumping over logs and ducking under trees and shooting off of them all the time.
You were. My stuntman was doing that.
Dude, I'm telling you, the first time I shot the shotgun off my horse, It reared up.
Yeah.
I lost the reins. I didn't fall off. It came back down on all fours again and took off.
Oh, yeah.
Me with one rein, just one, and it was not stopping. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm holding on to the horn here and just trying, waiting until the animal gets tired and stops. And it wasn't stopping. And I couldn't reach the other rein to pull him up. And all of a sudden, out of the sun, there was a silhouette over the hillside. And here comes this rider coming down silhouetted. Bat out of hell, came down, rode right up to me, reached down off the horse they were on, grabbed the rein out of pulled it up, pulled that horse up, stopped it, and gave the other rein to me. And he said, and she goes, "Here you go, sweetheart. Be safe out there." And I was like, I'm in love. Whoa. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, saved by women. Women have always saved my life. You know, so women saved me. I grew up with women, so it was just this dream superhero coming down off a mountainside and saving this goofball actor on his horse.
Women have always saved your life.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you've been fucking married.
Yeah.
Since in the didn't you get married in the 70s?
No.
I mean, you've been married once, 80, a long motherfucking time.
Yeah.
You ever talk to each other? I mean, because I can't.
No,
imagine.
I have that little voice like you have here with the other guy on the other. My little voice talks to Margot for me. We're great. We live out here in just
but
20 minutes away.
You've been married for what, 40 years, 50 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Well, you don't know your anniversary? She doesn't know your anniversary.
I know. Oh, of course I know it. Sure I know it. Well, I know birthdays too.
Let's.
I know my name.
Yeah. Let's. I know yours too because it's mine, so that's the only reason. I want to get back to when. So you shot. See, I liked Kevin too. Kevin was a real my way or the highway kind of guy. We're going to do it this way. You're going to wear this. You're going to ride this horse.
He was really into it, dude. He was so into it. He was into the ties and the boots and the hats and I still have my boots.
Oh, do you?
Dude, I still have my whole outfit.
Oh, you do?
Wow. I do, and it still fits.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Which is pretty fucking amazing, considering how much I like to eat. I'm really surprised it still fits.
Do you have when they fired Kevin?
Yeah,
there was a period of time, and it was really, I think, just over the weekend, that they brought in a director. I've forgotten his name. Jim might know it, but they brought in a director, writer-director, and they basically took that 140-page script and they kind of crunched it down because they weren't going to let us shoot another 3 months. They were going to, you got 2 months to shoot it, and that's the way
they cut a lot.
And they didn't use anything of Kevin's, did they? They didn't use anything that you'd spent 4 weeks shooting.
Did they?
I really don't know because there were some beautiful shots.
Well, according to lore, they never used anything that Kevin shot. Now,
see, I didn't know that.
I
don't know.
I had a scene with Charlton Heston. And it was when they're held up, and we think Wyatt, or we think the doc's sick, and Wyatt's what makes a man like Johnny Ringo. And I come riding up on my horse. This might have been the one time that you and I had something to do in the movie. I come riding up on my horse, and I get off my horse and I go up, and I've got a face-to-face. With Charlton Heston, who's tall. He's like 6'2" or so, you know. Good. But I was like nose to nose with Charlton Heston. And this was when Kevin was directing. And this was me saying, I want that son of a bitch.
Did you have to stand on a rock?
I didn't because I didn't care. I mean, I'll tell you a funny story.
But he is tall, though.
I'll tell you a funny story. Did you ever do Hill Street Blues?
No.
Okay. So I did Hill Street Blues, right, when I was a kid. And there was a girl on Hill Street Blues named Betty Thomas. You remember Betty Thomas?
Yeah.
Betty Thomas was a regular on that show, but she was a tall girl. She was like 6'1", 6'2", you know, tall girl. And there's another actor on that show named Ed Marinaro. And Ed Marinaro was the Heisman Trophy winning Syracuse running back. And all my scenes were with those two characters, or mostly. I did like a 3-episode arc. And so I stood there in between them, talking to them, Betty and him. And then I saw the show. And when I saw the show, I looked like a fucking runt. You know, I looked like a little, and it kind of worked for my character because I was this kind of nasty, misogynist, racist.
Yeah. I've done scenes like that where I see the playback and I don't. You know what? When I'm working, I don't have any idea. I always, in my mind, I'm as big as anyone in the room, physically.
Yeah.
But I'm not really, you know. And a case in point is JFK.
Yeah.
When I was breaking up Tommy Lee and Kevin Costner, they were having a big argument, and I get in between them, and then I see the scene now, and I'm like a foot shorter than both of them. I'm like this little bulldog in between breaking them up, and I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that I was actually kind of short.
Did you...
well, just to finish your thought, you were telling that Charlton Heston story.
Heston. Yeah, what was that?
Well, anyway, I just had a face-to-face with him.
Yeah,
I thought it was that scene where I get off my horse. There's a couple of cowboys that are kind of waiting for me. I get off my horse, and I walk in. I have that scene with him, and I get back on my camera. The only thing that I can remember, Michael, you saying in that movie was like, "I don't kill women and children. I fuck to me to the cowboys." And it might have been
there
in
was
that
a show.
sequence.
There was a
Is
showdown.
it in that sequence or someplace else?
There was a showdown where I came up, and there was a showdown between me and my old friends, my old comrades, right? Yeah. And I confront you guys, and you guys let me leave. No, you don't let me leave.
We don't want you to.
And the next time you see me, I'm being drugged by the horse.
Right.
That's the ending of McMasters, when McMasters goes and he's challenging these guys, and he's telling them off a little bit, and there's a little showdown, and then they cut away from that scene, and the next time you see me, a lot of that was cut. You know, in the editing room. But so you don't figure out what happened to McMasters. And I don't even think a lot of people knew it was him being drugged until it, verbally.
This is what I want to ask you. And I know the movie really well now because I moved to Bisbee for a while and kind of got into the whole thing. And I mean, do you remember? I mean, you were a character that started off a cowboy. You were like one of the cowboys, and kind of throughout the movie, you kind of saw that we were who we were and what we were, and you didn't dig it. You're like, "Fuck you guys."
It was a beautiful subplot that didn't come to fruition.
And tell me what? And is that because the script got cut up?
That's right.
Okay, so that's
it's because the script got cut up. George Cosmatos didn't like me very much,
right?
And that kind of thing. But they had to keep me in. He had to keep me in as much as possible, as much as he could. But he definitely the subplot was a great subplot, and I liked the turns and the different aspects of that character.
Yes.
And that's what turned me onto it.
Yes.
Well, he sort of develops a conscience.
Yeah, he did. And he throws down his sash, and he's not anymore, that whole not anymore scene, with Kurt, and then he rides with the Earps.
Well, one of the things that most people don't realize about that movie was that when Kevin got fired, they had to cut 25 pages out of that
stuff.
Out of that script.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
And my feeling was that your character, it didn't get left on the cutting room floor. We never shot it. We never even got a chance to shoot it.
That's right.
So
a lot of that.
So some of the
went bye right away.
Some of the what's the word I'm trying to
intricacies.
Yeah, thank you. Of your character were kind of lost because we never got a chance to shoot him, and it was like a really good role.
And it was a great role,
it
was like when you. I tell young actors all the time, you got to be careful when you choose your roles. You could choose a really a fantastic role that's a part of a great subplot. It had its own story. Everything. And a lot of times those things when it gets down and dirty, you only have so much time to do the movie. Those plots get nipped and tucked so much that they don't really make any sense anymore.
They disappear.
They disappear in the whole process of making the movie. Maybe sometimes in our case, even before the movie gets really started.
Before they even shot those scenes, they had to cut those scenes out.
Yeah.
And they cut out. Kurt, and Kurt talks about hollowing out his character, but to me, it always seemed to me the group that really got hurt were the cowboys and the women, because the women had a lot of stuff that they did in that movie.
They did. They had much more to. They had much more to do. The cowboys had a lot more in there. He wanted, he wanted to tell the full-on story, both sides, all different sides, and it just didn't have time.
Well, they didn't by the time it was done. But that script, which was 145 pages, did, and it was
the script. I still have the script. The script tells it's a beautiful story. It's very, very well written. Yeah, very well written.
Yeah,
there's a lot of the third act of the script that wound up getting cut. A lot of the way the story should have played out is just missing. That's why the third act seems kind of chopped up and abrupt.
But
I think that's why you have Robert Mitchum coming in to do a voiceover again and saying, and then he went to war against the Cowboys. And you see a series of like a montage of shots of him like riding through a barber's window or something like that,
That was I like that scene. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
Well, we came in through the back door, and we came in through the back door and shot some of the cowboys, and Kurt and those guys came in, or some other guys came in through. Rode through the window, the full-on door. They broke in the door.
Yeah.
Is this part of the Vendetta ride?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
It is.
Right,
yeah.
well, they had some after.
All I know is I had to shoot this guy point blank, and they had these new rounds. They had these rounds. Thel Reed was the armor,
I know,
and he had these rounds where you could shoot physically, and nothing would come out. It was one of those types of loud noise, but not, very, very safe. So very, very safe, and so it was a little scary, pointing that gun at the other actor and shooting, and and the actor played it up very well.
Well, do you remember, Michael, on that show, Thel Reed and Kevin Jar took the actors out. Now you might not have been there for.
I remember practicing a lot.
Okay, so what we did is they lined us all up, and they took a full blank, and they said, this is what a full blank can do. And they took a Pepsi can, and they took a full blank, and they shot the Pepsi can, and it blew out like 20 yards or 10 yards. They went and they picked it up, and they came back, and it was smoking and black. Were you there?
Yeah, well, I know that. Yeah, that's really important, and to know that blanks, those guns weren't plugged or anything like that.
Well, you remember there was that actor John Eric Hexum.
The plug can come out the barrel. Yeah.
Do you remember that actor John Eric Hexum who put a gun up to his head and pulled the trigger with a blank? He knew it was a blank, but he it was on. He was working.
That was a long time ago, and
it was a long time ago.
and he had no idea.
He had no idea of
what
impact,
he was doing. Of course,
the pressure, because he put it right up against his skull, and it basically blew a piece of his skull
he
through.
Thought, it's blank, so it's not nothing's.
Yeah, he thought it would be harmless, and it absolutely was not.
When did you have you noticed, Michael, over the last 30 years, the resurgence of that movie? And like when that movie came out, it didn't get like very good reviews. Nobody gave a shit about it. It didn't make any money. Nobody gave a shit. And then Kevin Costner's movie came out. Nobody gave a shit about it. Nobody cared about it. But now, 30 years later, that fucking movie is like talked in the same sentence as The Unforgiven. I mean, are you aware? I mean, do you get that
the resurgence
from fans?
And yeah, I do get that from fans. And it's, people really have it has grown. The movie's grown in people's psyche, and people really, really appreciate how films were being done back then, and what we did in that movie. It was a really wonderful movie.
Yeah. Well, it aged very well.
It aged very well, as with you and I. I mean, you're gonna know. You got a camera there on me. You got a camera on you. I mean, we looking fucking good, dude. I mean, kidding me?
Well, before we talk about Henry, I wanted to ask you: did you work with Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Now, everybody's got a Steven Seagal story.
Well, Steven and my sensei trained together back in Japan, and so he. So I was.
Are you a martial artist?
Yeah, I did judo and aikido.
Okay.
Mostly since I was like 17 or 18.
Okay.
Like
in Alabama?
No, Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. How old were you when you left Alabama and went to Chicago?
Oh, I was maybe 12.
12. And where in Chicago?
I lived in Cicero for about 2 years with my dad. Then we moved back with my mom into the city, Chicago. Into the neighborhood. I called my old neighborhood now. It's Division, Ashland, Milwaukee Avenue. It's the near north side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, north side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
So where were we?
I was going to ask you, Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah. What was the movie?
Dude,
I'm sorry. If you had asked me the same question, ready? I would have known either.
I have forgotten more movies that I've done than most actors that are in most actors' resumes.
Yeah. Well, you
above the law.
Above the law, Steven Seagal. Yeah. I was hired because the director. Who was the director?
Andrew Davis.
Andy Davis. I had worked with him once before.
He turned out to be really good. Didn't he, Jim?
He liked me.
Yeah, he was.
And he wanted he wanted me in this bar scene because he knew I did a judo and aikido and I could do that stuff. And so and Steven goes around this bar and he's throwing people and smashing people and doing all this stuff.
Steven Seagal stuff.
Yeah, and Andy had stopped him with me, and he says, because he was going to throw me over the bar. He was going to flip me because he knew I knew Aikido. So he was going to throw me, and I was fine. I back then I was like,
yeah.
I could take break falls on concrete. It didn't matter to me, you know.
Yeah.
Now I don't do that shit anymore.
Right.
But Andy stopped him and said, no. After all that action, grab his finger. He grabbed my finger and bent it back, and I was down on my knees whining like a little wimpy baby.
Right.
And so that was my moment in that whole movie. So.
Basically, so you didn't fight him. You just grabbed your finger.
He just grabbed my finger and bit me down. Yeah. But after doing all that action, which Andy was very smart about that, after doing all that action, throwing people, flipping them all over the bar, he comes up to me, the guy that sort of started. I was kind of like, I think I say, I didn't think they allowed. It was some sort of kosher joke.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, obviously, I'm going to say it's some sort of joke that he didn't like, and he was beating everybody up, going around the bar just to get to me.
Right.
So he can kill me, right? Or do whatever. And when he finally gets there, it's just a little finger thing.
Right.
That was it. Andy wouldn't let him do anything else because Andy liked me. He didn't like, no, you can't do that.
Right.
One of the other people in the bar, it looks like, I'm just reading on Wikipedia, was John C. Reilly.
He was in the bar too?
He played the thug in the bar. He's uncredited. But
Are you serious?
Wow.
He
You
was
worked
in the
with
bar
John C.
too?
Reilly,
Yeah, I
you
guess
didn't
so.
even know it back
I
then.
didn't even know him back then.
Wow.
I had no idea. I didn't know he was in that scene.
Wow.
Oh, I'm gonna go back and.
What year was
Well,
it?
it's 88, and he plays a character called Thug in Bar, uncredited.
Thug in Bar.
I tried to look.
Was I even credited in that?
You
thing?
are.
I
credited,
was.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's his name?
It's towards the bottom, but you are definitely credited.
Oh
but
my
yeah, that
God.
was
When you were in Chicago, did you start your acting in Chicago?
I did. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah,
In theater?
Theater.
Yeah.
I went to I went to a junior college called Wright Junior College, and I was like, I'd gotten some. I was going to go away to school, but I have 5 sisters and my mom, and we grew up on welfare. We
5 sisters?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So we grew up.
All we have in their period.
We grew up getting government food stamps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was going to go away to college, and I just couldn't go away to college. I was like, I had like 3 jobs.
Right.
And I was bringing in money
For the family.
and I was like, I'm going to have, I'm not going away. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to go to school, and I'm going to work too. So that's what I did. And then I met actors when I was in that school that we hung out together, and I really enjoyed these guys, and that's how I got into it. I was like, how hard could this stuff be? Because these people, they kind of suck.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it. So I took some classes, and I really enjoyed it. And I've been,
This is when you're in Chicago.
Yeah, and when I was in junior college, then I went to a theater school called the Goodman School of Drama.
In Chicago?
In Chicago, yeah.
Okay. And that was like a year or?
No, it's a 3-year conservative.
3-year.
Conservatory, a place where you don't produce, you don't do the job, they kick you out. So you got to be asked back every single year. And so I ended up doing it.
When you finished that, did you go to LA or New York? Or is that when you said like, oh, I want to be in? At that point, are you like, hey, I could make a career out of this? Or
well, I thought I was going to make a career out of theater
in Chicago,
and I just couldn't make enough money. It was not enough money in the business, so I was not making a lot of money as an actor.
Theater's never a lot of money.
So I started auditioning for commercials and anything I could get at
in
that
Chicago.
time. Yeah, in Chicago.
Yeah.
So my career started in Chicago. It started in Chicago, and then I was very conscientious. I was like doing my resumes, photos, working. I still had jobs, several jobs, and then I would save up money, go to New York and audition, introduce myself to the agents there, go to L.A., do the same thing.
Really?
But still be based in Chicago. As a matter of fact, I finally got a job. I got several jobs in New York because of that. And so they would fly me in from Chicago to go to New York and work, and I'd come back. And I did that several times. And then I finally landed a gig that everybody was in. It was called 8 Men Out.
Okay, well,
the John Sayles,
the John Sayles movie,
Okay.
and that kind of got me my break.
Well, 8 Men Out was before Henry.
No, Henry was first, but nobody wanted Henry.
I know. We'll get to Henry, but let's talk about 8 Men Out. Okay, first of all, I had done a movie called In a Shallow Grave. It was a James Purdy novel. It was like supposed to be this like very artsy, crafty. I had this burn makeup on as a World War II veteran. They were like 4 hours of makeup every morning. I had an Academy Award winning.
The artists were probably
they were makeup artists working on me, and but I worked for Scale.
Yeah,
and at that point I'd done probably Terminator and Aliens. I was making some money or whatever. And so I got back from doing that, and it was a hard shoot because it was like it takes an hour to get the makeup off too. So you have 3 hours to put it on and an hour to take it off, and getting paid Scale, which was like $1,200 a week or $900 a week or whatever it was. And I came back and I got offered a part in 8 Men Out. I don't know what part it was, because at that point I was like, but they were offering Scale, which meant that everybody. You got paid Scale?
It was all favored nations.
Please tell me that everybody got paid Scale.
Actually, I was the only one getting real money. That's
really?
Not true.
No, I was going to say, motherfucker, because they offered me a role, which is always nice to get offered. You're not auditioning back in the day, dude. And I got offered a role, and I don't know what.
So you were really you. Did you do something else? Were you involved with you didn't do it?
I didn't do it, Michael, because I had just done this other thing for Scale.
Yeah.
And I had kids. I had
timing. It's all timing, man.
And I not even sure that I read the script, but what's the name of the director who was in it?
John Sayles.
John Sayles, right. It's a movie. When people ask me, are there any movies that you wish that you turned down that you wish you would have done?
Yeah, that's right.
That's one of them. That's one of them. And I wanted to talk to you because that that
was fun.
The actors in that. I think we got Charlie coming on this here pretty soon. But who was the best baseball player? Was Charlie the best baseball player?
I was the best baseball player.
Were you?
Yeah.
What position?
And every actor in that movie
was a good
will tell you that they were the best baseball player. I will tell you right now, when Charlie comes in, he'll say he was the best baseball player.
Right.
If D.B. Sweeney comes in, he's going to say, God, yeah, I was way the best baseball player. I could hit better left-handed than they could hit right-handed. Bullshit, right? Yeah, we were all apex predators, and we were all the best.
Yeah.
And I think the worst part of that movie was that
where'd you shoot
we never really got to hit the ball the way we can hit the ball, or the way you could throw, or the way we were doing everything. And in our practice and in our training, we were allowed to hit the ball. But in the movie, it is, you know what? It's really difficult, very difficult to not play well. That was the hardest part of that movie, is to
when you guys are throwing,
when we were actually hitting the ball and hitting it in a way that it was just like a little dribble going out to the midfield out there, something, are not very good. Because we were throwing the game.
For anybody who doesn't know the story, 8 Men Out is the story of it was the White Sox back in the 20s. Was it back in the 20s?
1919.
1919. Yeah.
1919. Who 5 or 6 of the guys on the White Sox got together and threw the game, and it was kind of a.
We conspired. We conspired with the gambler, and everyone gambled at the stadiums at the time. Yeah. Everyone was passing money around, and that was the norm. And
you were the fucking ringleader, dude.
Yeah, that's right. I was. Me, myself, and the Swede. Yeah. We were the ringleaders. And Perry Lang was in it. You remember Perry?
Oh yeah.
We had a lot of fun actors.
Yeah.
And there were some crazy parties, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I bet with that group, you know. Who played Shoeless Joe Jackson? That was
DB.
DB. That was DB Sweeney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought. Who was the guy who used to play catch with the little Cusack? I thought that was Cusack.
No, that was no. Who did Cusack play?
Buck Weaver.
Buck Weaver. Yeah, DB was Shoeless Joe.
Who else was in it? Name some, because there's great people in it.
Christopher Lloyd, Charlie Sheen.
Christopher Lloyd.
David
Christopher
Stratham.
Lloyd, for God's sakes, you know. What year was that?
88.
88. So, see, I had already done Terminator and Aliens at that time. And
Studs Terkel was in it.
Studs Terkel was in it, yeah.
There's a great cast.
Just the main cast: John Cusack, Clifton James, Michael Lerner, Christopher Lloyd, Charlie Sheen, David
Strathairn.
Yeah, great actor, and it was a good movie, and it was probably one of the ones that I should have done. But you were very good in it. You were very, very good in it, because you were the one who was.
Oh, Chick Gandil was a great role.
Yeah. It was it was a very good role because, as I've said before, and I was talking about this with talking about Leo's movie in the new one that he's
One Battle After Another,
is that. It seems to me that character is always kind of reacting. Where your character in this, you were the one like going, come on, get over here. Let's talk. You know, Perry, get over here.
Chick Gandil was a
He
was a tough in real life. He was a tough character too. So he was like, he didn't take any bull. And
where did you shoot that? Do you remember?
Indianapolis.
In Indianapolis. And do you know how long that took? Was that a 4-week shoot, or was that
No.
longer?
We had it was a goodly amount of time for a little independent.
Oh,
movie.
I said 4 week. Okay, like 10 weeks. Something a normal amount of time that it would take.
Like 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And we got to play baseball. I mean, it was as fun as Tombstone.
Right.
Got to carry guns, shoot, ride horses. I mean, you got hats. Come on. You get to wear spurs. Come on. Who would not want to be in that movie? Dude, you're walking down the street in spurs. Ching, 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 ching. It's like, get the fuck out of my way, my man. No, and it's and the same. I mean, it was what we do is we're just so fortunate to get to do what we do.
I know.
I don't know. You never grow up. You get to go pretend and play and have fun like you're in the sandbox again, right? It's like you can play all day long. It's not like work to me. Don't tell the producers that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Tell me what. I know that you'd done a couple of things, maybe before, smaller things, but tell me about Henry and how you got cast for that, who directed it.
Henry was Henry was the first movie I'd ever done. I had done little minor day playing things.
Yes, right.
Just to break into the business a little bit.
Did you get cast out of Chicago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
did.
Henry came about because I was doing a play. I was doing a 2-person play.
Okay.
And the director of that play ended up doing the prosthetic work for Henry.
Okay.
He was a makeup artist.
Okay.
And / directing theater. And so he told me about this project, that they can't find this guy, and I should go and audition. And so I was on my, I was on my way to work one day, and I drove by and knocked on the door, and I drove a bus. I drove CTA bus at the time.
Okay.
And I went in. I had my CTA bus outfit on, kind of getting ready. I'm on my way to work, so I'm going to go in and do this audition first.
Right.
And that's how that happened. And there was no script. The stuff I was reading was on 3x5 cards.
Okay.
Easy peasy stuff. So.
And so, where did they shoot it?
In Chicago.
In Chicago.
We shot that in and around my old neighborhood.
That's
Chicago.
a really, really great performance, Michael.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Really, really, really great performance. And I used to joke when I was younger, and obviously back then we didn't have phones to find out, well, what's Michael doing now? He's doing this, he's doing that, or whatever. But you did that movie, and I saw that movie, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker, he's going to fucking blow up, man. This guy's fucking great in this, And then I didn't hear anything for a year or two or whatever, and I said, he was so fucking good in it that, like, everybody's scared to death to even have him in his fucking office. They were casting people. Nobody wanted anything to do with them.
That movie was very dark, very intense. No cop chases whatsoever, and a couple of great theater actors out of Chicago, myself, and John McNaughton was the director. He wrote it as a spec script for the people he was working with, which was the people who produced it, who gave the money to do it, and that was I forgot the name of the company, but it was a video distribution company. And so he was working with them, and they gave him some money to do this movie. And they thought it was going to be just a basic slasher movie, women running around.
Exact opposite.
With no bras, and they just that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted, but that's not what they got.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting movie. We didn't have any city passes or anything like that. You can't shoot on this street. You can shoot on this street.
You didn't. It was all done guerrilla.
It was all guerrilla.
Oh, really?
Shooting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of moments, like the moment when we were dumping Otis's body in the river, the Chicago River.
Yeah.
You see the scene. I chop him up. I put his head in the bag, and so basically I've chopped him up. Next scene you see me, I'm taking the bag out of the trunk. The trunk opens, dong dong.
Yeah.
Dong dong. And I take it out and I dump one body. By the time I dumped the one bag full of body parts, I came back, looked around again, grabbed another bag. By the time I got halfway to the bridge where I throw it over, 4 or 5 cars came up, and they were police. And they stopped us, and they said, "You can put that down right there, son." And I did, and they said, we got a call that there's some guys down here dumping body in the river.
Who, me?
Are you?
What's that? Who?
Is there a body in that bag there? They were very nonchalant, but they had their guns in their hands. They're nonchalant, and they're like, no, we're doing a movie. And they came over, they looked in the bag, and they're doing a movie. Yeah, okay. Turned around and drove away.
That was it, huh?
That was
Another
it.
day in the streets of Chicago.
Another day. Somebody had called and called it in that somebody was dumping a body in the river, and that kind of thing. And another good story is the time I saved our producer's life.
Oh, tell it.
Oh, and I saved his life big time too. We were doing a scene in the back alley, no exit, in the back alley, and he was out front, shushing people, He was out there yelling at people in the neighborhood to be quiet, back away. We're doing this movie, and he was yelling, and he must have done it in a very aggressive manner.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, there are about 15 guys coming down the alleyway. We can't get out, and they are stopped right in front of us. And they're going, so where's the asshole that's been yelling at my sister? So where's that motherfucker at? We want him now.
Yeah.
He ain't leaving this neighborhood.
Wow.
And everybody was frozen.
South Chicago?
They were frozen like, oh shit, we're in trouble here. And so I stepped forward and sort of spoke. I said, he's upstairs in the apartment. You could have him. The apartment is number blah, blah, blah. Just go get him. We had nothing to do with his stupid antics. We're just trying to shoot a movie.
Right.
And the guy, and then from the crowd, the guy goes, there's silence. And then he goes, Animal, that you? My nickname was Animal.
Oh.
In my neighborhood.
So
I was called Animal.
Oh, wow.
For various reasons. That's another move. That's another story. But I was called.
I think that one sounds more interesting than this one. But.
Yeah, really.
My nickname is Animal in my neighborhood. My old guys, my old friends. And I still meet them. They still call me Animal. After all these years, they still call me Animal. And
so one of them recognized you.
He recognized my voice.
Oh, your voice.
He recognized my voice, which has been sometimes the bane of my existence, and it's been the thing that's made me the most money is my voice. Probably. And so he recognized my voice, and the thing that saved our lives that night. And I said, yeah, that's me. What's up? And he came forward, and they were part of, I think they were either Harrison Gents or Latin Kings. I wasn't sure what gang they were affiliated with. But I had gone to high school with this guy,
right?
And he recognized my voice, and we hugged, we started talking, and I said, "Who is this fucking guy that's doing this?" He said, "He's our producer, dude. He's such a dick, unbelievable. You know how much he pays me for this shit? I went down, and he said, Can you kill him later after the movie's over?" And he goes, yeah, we'll take care of him later. You take care of him. But in the meantime, could you maybe help with the people out there and like keep them down because we're doing a really quiet scene? Right. And he goes, hey, not a problem. We'll keep them. We'll shut them down for you. And they were our bodyguards and our guys that took care of all the street noise.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a scene that should be in a movie.
Animal.
So that's first of all, I wanted to ask Jim or Kalen, do you know what else did this director go on to? McNaughton. What are you going to direct?
Something called Wild Things.
Oh yeah, he did Wild Things. Yes, he did.
With who? And, who was in that?
There were a couple of really hot and famous actresses on that one, wasn't there?
That's Kevin Bacon, Matt Dillon.
That was kind of fun, yeah.
Okay,
Bill Murray
has
a part in it.
Bill Murray's in it too.
Teresa Russell is really kind of hot in it.
What's it called?
Lady and
Wild Things.
Was it good? Was it?
Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
fun.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a really fun kind of
Fun movie.
suspense,
Okay.
not really heist, but like a suspense story with lots of plot twists.
And did he
Kevin
go?
Bacon
Did
is
he
in
go
it.
on to be just keep? Is he a
No,
big
he
director?
kinda-
No,
No,
he's a
no.
Chicago guy, and he never wanted to leave Chicago,
Really?
and he just wanted to do his stuff the way he wants to do it.
Yeah.
He didn't really play the Hollywood game
Right.
thing, and so he still writes. He's writing a project right now
In Chicago.
Yeah,
In Morton Grove. Yeah.
He's still in the he's still in the old neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice guy. We're still friends. Last time I was in Chicago, we had dinner together and just hung out and talked a little bit.
Yeah,
great
that's
guy.
I thought it was a really well-made movie, and I thought your performance in that was like just sterling, stunningly good. You know, and
Thank you. That was a hard movie for me. It was a very dark movie.
I read a quote someplace that you basically say that you still
first
kind of
movie.
carry that character around a little tiny bit, or you can bring it back.
Well, that's they do call me an animal. They call me animal. So that's
Why do they call you animal?
Because I get very quiet
Okay.
when I'm about to do damage,
Okay.
and that's when you know you better back away or go elsewhere.
Okay.
Or you'll see an animal. Yeah.
When in stalking, I stalked this guy once, and I jumped on him from a tree. So after that, they
Oh my
always
goodness.
called
From
me
a
animal.
tree, yeah. Well,
Because I knew he could beat me up.
okay.
So he was after me
He had to get the
in
real
my
drop on him.
neighborhood. So I had to get the jump on him. If not, he was going to kick my ass really bad. And so I climbed a tree and I waited. And when I saw him go under the tree, I jumped on him. I beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Well, he probably
Ambushed
wasn't
him.
expecting that.
They called me animal after that. And in wrestling, the coach called me animal too. Which came first, the tree or the
Were you a good
the
wrestler?
pinning? Yeah, I was a good wrestler,
good?
and
High school?
I did high school.
Yeah.
I was going to go.
What weight class? Remember?
Back then, I was 135, 155,
135,
went
yeah.
up to 155.
Yeah.
But and I enjoyed getting on the mat. And
Yeah, I wrestled
and
too.
That was a lot of fun. Doing that.
Now that's a workout.
Yeah.
Wrestling workout to me is when
It's got to be the hardest.
It's way
really
more
a
than
hard,
football, basketball.
very hard sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking neck things you have to do.
Oh, dude.
I had a college roommate who was a wrestler, and I just remember him trying to make weight. You know, drinking nothing but water in
that
the
is-
sweat room.
yeah.
Just trying to make weight was
Michael,
such
we
a
used to
chore.
Making weight. Oh God, that was terrible.
We used to work out at the University of Nebraska Coliseum. Okay, and that's where they held their basketball games, and that's where they did their wrestling.
Yeah.
And it was always kind of fun to watch the team. They used to have toilets in the bathrooms back then in that stadium where the players dressed and, with the locker room. And it would just be a toilet and then another toilet, another toilet, another toilet. And no stalls.
No stalls.
It was just toilets, like 8 of them lined up there, And before weigh-in, you would see like 8 wrestlers sitting there with a spit cup.
Oh, that is so
right,
dumb.
right.
The shit we used to do as kids. Come on, we were
Trying to poop and spit their weight
to wait, trying to get
to make
down.
weight, right?
I didn't have to worry too much about that. I pretty much stayed. I was 135. I couldn't gain weight
Couldn't
at
gain
that
weight.
time.
Yeah,
I was just this little sinewy kind of guy, and I started beefing up a little bit to 155, 160, 155 in high school. But I was like all of a sudden in my sophomore, junior year, I just started grow. I had a growth spurt.
Yeah.
And I got a little beefier, and I lived in the gym practically.
Yeah.
because I got 5 sisters and my mom. There's 6 women in my house. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta get out of here, man.
Yeah.
And I gotta go and hang out with the guys at the park. I got to make sure my sisters are in bed, ready for school, and then I'd go out.
And people talk to me about, like sports and stuff. And I said, when I was young, which is when you were young, because we're the same age, there's nothing fucking else to do. I mean, we had bicycles and sports, and there was nothing, Lincoln logs. That was about the end.
And the kids would be out. Yo-yo. The kids would be out all day long.
Yeah.
We'd be out all day from literally dawn to dusk. We'd be outside, and that's why I stayed 135, because what did I eat? I don't know. We were just goofing around and playing all day long.
Right.
Just running around.
When did you make your, and why did you make your move from Chicago to New York and or LA, wherever you went?
I moved. I had done several jobs in New York. But I got the Indiana job, the 8-Man-Out job, which got me my agent in L.A. Okay. And then I still stayed in Chicago and worked back and forth. And I was still in Chicago when I did. I got the Gersh agency, back then, and then I was the hot number, man, after landing that role in. The one you turned down probably after in 8-Man-Out. I got that role in 8-Man-Out, and I started working my ass off. Mississippi Burning, Sea of Love. I just worked, and I just couldn't stop working. And it was
Sea of Love was
great.
The movie that I think I first
Sea of Love,
read through the credits. Who played that role and saw your name, and it was really registering with me. When Michael said you were going to be on the show, I said, the first movie I really remember Michael Rooker from, he played a serial killer, and it wasn't Henry. It was Sea of Love. He turns out to be the killer at the end of Sea of Love.
I was the killer, and I killed everyone who basically would date my ex-wife,
Ellen Barkin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I'd gotten out of prison.
You were a cable guy, I think.
And then I got a job with the cable company. That's right. And then I basically would. Al Pacino was there. He was on a job.
John Goodman.
John Goodman. They were trying to find this killer and the connection was Ellen Barkin. So he goes undercover to date Ellen Barkin or to talk with her and stuff like that, and he puts himself out there as they kind of figured everyone that she dates, they thought she was a Black Widow.
They thought she might have been the one.
So they thought she was the killer, but it wasn't her. It was her ex. So I was following her around, watching who she'd date, and then after they'd finished their date or whatever, I'd go and take the guy out.
Did you have much interaction with Pacino?
Oh yeah. Me and Al had we had some good scenes together. We had that whole fight scene together.
Yeah.
We had a hand-to-hand fight scene together where he's like, I'm like ripping his clothes off. I'm basically gonna fuck him like he fucked my wife. And so I'm ripping his clothes off. I'm about to fucking pop that little asshole of his, right? and he hits me with the bottle, and then there's a massive fight that goes on.
Yeah.
And me and Al was like, we were going at it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Right.
The stunt guys were fabulous. They were good. But me and Al did a lot of it.
Where'd you shoot that? You remember?
New York.
New York City, Manhattan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a great killer. It was a great role. They waited for me. I had just finished Mississippi Burning.
Right.
And so they had heard about my work on Mississippi Burning.
Yes.
People talk. So on Mississippi Burning, of course, I'm the white racist guy that's doing all the damage.
Yeah.
I'm the animal.
Yeah.
And we got, and that movie was funny because we got hired as a group of white guys that looked like we could probably be KKK members. We were hired as like 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. These guys We went this group.
Yeah,
I was kind of hired as a group.
You talking
Almost.
about Mississippi
Burning?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. It was, and so that came right before Sea of Love. We were just talking about Sea of Love. So Mississippi Burning, I was involved in, and so
that was Alan Parker, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, what a great director!
Yeah.
Great guy.
And what else did he do, Jim?
A lot of
Midnight
stuff.
Express.
Fame,
Alan
Midnight
Parker's
Express.
great.
Yeah.
Great director.
Yeah. A lot of good movies.
Did you?
I think he did Shoot the Moon.
I think I met him for Shoot the Moon. Did Peter Weller? And it was Peter Weller?
Yeah. And Diane Keaton. It was a Bo Goldman script.
I think I met him for Shoot the Moon.
That was a hot property.
It's a hot property. I couldn't understand it though. It's like a lot of movies, Michael. I read, and I'm like, I don't understand this. It was
I've turned. I don't even remember the ones that I was like, I don't want to do that. I mean, why would I want to do Snakes on a Plane? I didn't even go in. I'm like, I'm not doing Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done it. I've done things that I've regretted. I should have been in Snakes on the Plane doing something in it. I don't know what. I don't even know the role, but they wanted me to do something in that.
Was Sam Jackson already on board at that time?
No, I don't think anyone was on board.
That's more acceptable then.
Yeah.
When you did Mississippi Burning, you got to work with Gene Hackman.
Oh, and Willem Dafoe, Gene Hackman were the main players. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the kid from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
Brad Dourif.
Brad, you were kind of. Brad was with Francis McDormand, and there was that kind of.
Yeah, he was the sheriff. Was he the sheriff?
I think
he was not the sheriff, but he was like
the two of you were kind of the underneath of somebody. I think.
Yeah,
he might have been. He might have been the sheriff, but he was married to Francis McDormand, who kind of took a liking to Gene Hackman, and I think one of the best scenes in the movie is when Gene Hackman comes in to your bar or your little area.
That's right.
Sits down, opens a beer, and says, well, "What's going on, guys?"
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of a stretch it was for you being from Mississippi, but I mean being from Alabama.
I got people in Mississippi too.
Well,
I got people who live there.
You got to remember, well, let me ask you this, because how long were you there until you were 12 or 10, Alabama?
Yeah, we came to Chicago. I came to Chicago when I was 12. I was 12, 13.
Do you remember Jim Crow?
Well, I remember from my house where we lived with my dad, me and my cousins climbed up on the roof of the garage, and we watched It's Martin Luther King Day today, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
And we watched Martin Luther King crossing over from Chicago into Cicero.
Oh, really?
Yes, we saw the march happening, and there was a bunch of white people, and the black people were marching, and they were meeting, and they were like, the police were there, and they stopped about halfway across the bridge.
Really? Yeah.
And Martin Luther King had made the decision that we're not going to go into Cicero today. And
he later said that was the scariest moment that he'd ever encountered. Not any marches down in the South, but in Chicago.
Yeah,
was the
and we were watching. I watched that confrontation from the roof of our garage, and there was a bridge that was only maybe 3 or 4 blocks away.
Wow!
And I could see everything happening.
Really.
And I was 12. I think I was 12.
Yeah,
13.
that was a very famous incident.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. And that was they were marching. There was a big march into Cicero, Illinois, and Cicero, Illinois was all white at the time, and a very segregated area. Cicero, Illinois was basically where the Chicago mob was sort of.
They had a
there.
colorful history because that's where Al Capone set up headquarters.
Yeah, Cicero, Illinois was a big kind of a big mafia Chicago.
Yeah, a big mob
So.
mob hideaway.
Yeah. Like a little suburb of Chicago, but kind of.
Hadn't Martin Luther King had a lot of success in the South? And when he went to Chicago, Jim, was that after he had kind of said, like, I'm against the Vietnam War? Or
I think it was, and it was after the Civil Rights Act of '64 had been passed, which was a major thing.
There's another thing that happened in Chicago, too, that I remember.
As a kid, we really didn't even know what the hell was going on.
I know.
We're like, what is going on? We're watching all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the next thing, we saw it on the news that evening, what was going on.
Right.
But at the time, we just saw all these people, and they're like the cops and the lights.
That was in September of '66. So
there you go.
Yeah,
wow.
He was largely done. In the South,
something like that,
for the most part.
Well, there's also Chicago is well known. Skokie is well known for the white.
The Nazi Party.
The Nazi Party. They marched through Skokie, and it was a big deal that they could march through without, so they had cops all around the place so they wouldn't get attacked too. Yeah. So Chicago was, I thought I had read that Martin Luther King kind of was really, like, this is the wrong terminology, but kind of on a high horse, like win after win, a bus, trash, and not taking the bus, whatever they call that.
The boycott.
The boycott of that. And then he went to Chicago, and Chicago was just not, it just didn't work for him.
Yeah, people weren't ready at that time,
right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It's a crazy city already, but. Chicago's.
Yeah. Well, I used to go to. You were talking about theater in Chicago, and I saw when I was about your age, same age as that. When I was about 12, I saw Blythe Danner on Chicago, whatever the Chicago Broadway would be, like in a play, playing Blanche Dubois.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So that was quite an experience for me. That was. One of those things that kind of made me go like, there's a scene in that play where a kid comes running up and going, I got a telegram, and she takes the telegram and he runs off. I remember sitting.
And you remember watching that and going like, I could have done that.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I totally can do that. I can do this.
Yeah. Telegram from Mr. Wah. Take it. And I ran off.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Were you an actor when you were a kid?
No, not really.
Me either, man. I got started late in life. So.
Yeah, I basically became an actor because my dad was a doctor, my mother was a nurse, my brother was in law school, and I went off to college and flunked out. And I needed a reason to, I didn't want to go home like the loser of the Biehn family, like the guy who flunked out of college. So I told my parents I wanted to go to LA and be an actor. And I figured I could go to LA and just sort of disappear for, nobody becomes an actor really, disappear for a while, try to figure it out, for 5 or 10 years. And then because I was so pretty and such, I started.
Those were the days, huh?
Those were the days for being pretty were
slim and trim.
Yes.
Muscular.
What
handsome.
Yes. What about JFK.
Yeah.
And
Great movie,
did you like Oliver Stone?
I did. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to punch him out one time, but I liked him.
Yeah, I have
Matt.
always had a problem.
He always had a mouth on him.
Yeah,
and
he did.
so he would not be the guy that I'd want to go have a drink with at a bar because he'd say something and he'd get somebody angry at him. I don't know. I thought he was a nice guy. He was a great, absolutely fantastic director. We hit it off very well, but he can be, he can say things that maybe he doesn't mean them to
I think
be
that could
harsh
true,
or insulting, but sometimes they are. And, because he was, for me, he was saying something about moms and Southern people, and Sissy Spacek was at the dinner table, and she could see my face getting red, and she said, "Oliver, you can't say that. You can't say that here in the South. You can't do that here."
Yeah.
She solved the problem. That
kind of a calming influence.
Calming influence.
Did you find
at
him
that
to
table
be,
conversation?
Did you find him to be a collaborative?
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally did.
Yeah.
And we rehearsed that 2-3 weeks, literally. We rehearsed at least 2 weeks. Table reads, changing the script. We rewrote that script.
Did he write it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then he's up there at and we're reading through, and he's like, change. You say that role, and you say that line, and you do that line instead. And we would do that, and he said, what did you that mistake you did, a couple minutes ago, do that again. Let's do the scene again and do it the way you did it,
right?
Stuff like that. So he would rewrite as we rehearsed and hashed out the lines.
Who were you working with mostly from an actor standpoint?
Oh, all the actors, everybody.
Who were your scenes mostly with in the movie? It's been a long time.
Oh,
since
I was
JFK.
a district attorney.
Okay.
I was one of the district attorneys, and Kevin Costner was the main guy. He was the district attorney.
Yeah.
I was one of his attorneys, along with just a slew of who did we have in that? My God, we had a lot of people in that one. That was a great. That was a
hell of
great
cast in that.
Very, very well cast in that. I mean, talking about Kevin, the district attorney's people, myself, and some Chicago actors.
Yeah.
John Candy,
but he wasn't a district attorney.
Oh no, I'm just reading.
No, he was
Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, Kevin Bacon.
We had a lot of great people.
That was a
Joe
really,
Pesci.
really good cast.
Joe Pesci, yeah.
Donald Sutherland.
Do you think that he wanted to work with you again on Horizon because of the experience that you had? Did you stay in touch with him?
Kevin, we didn't stay in touch that much, but Kevin remembered me from JFK.
Right.
And we had several scenes together
in JFK. Yeah.
And so he remembered my work, and he remembered me, and he gave me a phone call about Horizon, and we were like, it was like we had never stopped talking.
Right.
So he was a great guy, great director. Kevin Costner's a fantastic director, by the way.
Well,
really, really good. As good as anyone I've worked with.
Yeah.
Well, another thing about Kevin Costner that I respect, and I really don't know all the facts about it, but he puts his money where his mouth is.
He surely did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and not only on that. Am I wrong, Jim? That either The Postman or one of those movies.
Did he use his own money?
Did he use his own money on dances or one of those earlier movies, or am I mistaken? Do you know?
I think you're mistaken, but I think he cut his fee substantially.
How many Academy Awards did Dances with Wolves get? Do you know?
Quite a few. I don't know the total, but it was Best Picture. I don't know if he got Best Director that year for that or not, but I just watched a good chunk of it again last night and was really impressed at how, well, and I think that was the first thing he directed, and how well directed that was, how well put together that movie was.
He was nominated for 12 awards and won 7, including
Academy Awards. Nominated for 12 Academy Awards.
Nominated for 12 and won 7, including Best Director.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
And it was great working with him.
Where'd you shoot Horizon?
We did it out in New Mexico.
In Albuquerque, outside of
near Capitol Reef. Near the park there in Moab.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, it was really beautiful. And we shot Horizon 2 is in the can. We shot 1 and 2 together.
Okay.
So we shot 2 movies. Yeah.
I know when the first chunk of it came out, it didn't do as well as
because it's only 3 hours of a 14-hour movie. People don't get it. That's just that's just a piece of the anthology of the 4 or 5 movie thing.
Let's say it's 8 hours. Okay, so that's 2, 2, 2, and 2. So they shot.
Add a couple more hours in there.
More like 3, 3, 3, 3.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, the first chunk that came out, how long was that? Was that a 3-hour?
It was over 3 hours.
It was over 3 hours. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Second one, I think, runs about
Jim Cameron territory there. Right?
Well, yeah. It's a lot of story to tell.
And so that came out, and then he shot a second one. Did that one also come out? I mean,
second one hasn't come out yet. We shot 1 and 2 together. We shot 2 movies at the same in the same couple of months. Yeah.
Right. But the second one hasn't come out. Do you know?
No.
Do you have any idea? I mean, do you like?
I don't.
You don't. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Do you know anything about that, Jim? Was that who made that? What company made
Jim,
that?
who can we call to make sure this comes out like right away? Jim, I want this movie out, and I want my work to be seen, along with all the other very interesting and great actors.
You'd call.
And my horseback riding has improved since Tombstone.
You need to talk to Warner Brothers about that.
Well, why don't you give them a call for me, okay, bro?
We'll do that. Whoever is in charge of that place.
Yeah, tell them Animal wants it out now.
Or he'll go Animal on
So are you working now, or do you plan on working? Do you like taking time off, or do you like just like metal to the pedal? Because I am
always working.
Yeah.
I am never.
That's
not,
why you've been married for
never
40
not
years.
Working, because even when I'm not working on a specific job. I'm always working at working. That's the way I've gotten through my life. And I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
I'm never.
When you say you're working on working, what do you mean exactly?
Working, reading scripts.
Yeah. Right.
Thinking about writing.
Right. Working in your voice.
I'm working on my voice and making sure
you're in shape.
I got to make sure I go out to a pub at least 3 times a week, really loud sports pub, so that I can actually I can train my voice.
You see that Bears game last night?
Yeah, I saw the Bears game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some great this whole series has been so amazing, dude. These teams are so, they're just equal. You know, it's like one punch after another punch after there's two boxers in the ring going at it, and nobody's going to win. Who's going to win this bout? Who's going to win this? It's the last two games I saw. They were like tied. The Bills and the Broncos are tied all the way through, and the Bears, and they were tied the whole way through. It was just
I know.
Unbelievable talent in all those teams.
Yeah,
there was no real blowouts. It was like that's the way I like watching those. So those are great games.
Yeah.
I walk away from the games that are just there's no competition here. The one team's going to just blow them out of the water.
Well, that's the way the San Francisco-Seattle game went the day before. Those two teams had played close games during the regular season.
I had heard last night
about the Seahawks.
They just jumped out. They returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown and kept scoring.
Dude, the Seahawks look so good. They look.
Jesus.
Maybe it's the uniforms. I don't know. I just think they. You know, when I was younger, I like the team with the red helmets. You know.
Let me talk to you lastly because we're kind of running long here, but
because you yak so much, dude.
What's that? No,
you're just a yacker. You just keep talking and talking.
Yakety.
Talk to me a little bit about Days of Thunder. Was that Tony Scott? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, Days of Thunder is Tony Scott.
It was Tony Scott, right?
Yeah, Days of Thunder is Tony
Scott. We had Carrie Elways in here, and Carrie was talking about Robert Towne being there working on the script, and that script, and Tom Cruise, and all of them kind of working on a script day by day. New pages were coming in. Was that your experience? Tell me, like, how you got cast, how long you were on it, and what your experience was.
I was on it the whole time. Rowdy Burns is an iconic character in that show, in that film, and. I just remember having a blast on it. I don't remember there being a lot of stress.
Have you worked with Jerry Bruckheimer before? Had you?
No. This was first.
What about Don? Did you have any dealings with Don Simpson? I used to.
Yes, I love Don and
liked
Jerry,
Don.
and
I liked him a lot.
The whole team was fantastic. I mean, I got that job. I ended up landing that gig out here in L.A. I had made the decision to move here.
Okay.
I was here for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I landed that job.
Imagine if you had moved here fucking 6 years before that.
No, I was like just beginning. I couldn't imagine starting out my career anywhere but Chicago because I loved theater. I could do theater there.
Yeah.
And, my family's all there, and so it was, I would rather just do odd jobs and make money and go to New York and audition, go to LA and audition. And that's kind of what I did for the first several years of my career. That's how my idea was to build a resume before I go to the big cities, either New York or LA, to build up my resume before I went there. Big fish, small pond.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Concept.
Yeah.
If you can call Chicago it's the second city,
Yeah.
but it's like Chicago's a great city to start your career in.
Right.
For a lot of
there's
people,
a lot of artistry
Belushi.
going on. There's a lot of
Second
great
City.
theater. There's a lot of
on
films go
Malkovich
there
at
and stuff.
Steppenwolf Theater, wasn't that Chicago?
Malkovich and all those guys,
Gary Sinise,
Yeah, all those guys. Love them. That's great.
So you had a good time on that shoot, and you don't remember it being. Carrie kind of described it as being. Just they were trying to figure it out as they went along, and it might not. Sometimes might affect something.
I don't figure my shit out as I go. I already know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
I didn't need a lot of rewrite because I'm from Alabama and I know how to talk.
Yeah.
Carrie's not.
Yeah.
So maybe some of that language wasn't wasn't his thing. So maybe they had to
He didn't know how to say y'all.
They had to massage. Maybe they had to massage the script for him and stuff, and which is cool.
Yeah.
Every actor is different. So I didn't have to. I didn't experience that.
Right.
For Rowdy Burns.
Right. So. Let me ask you this question.
When was
the last time?
What's James Gunn like?
Talk to me about James Gunn. I mean, because that's
that was a good final question. Tell me really what James Gunn's like.
Well,
it's a question you get every interview, probably.
I know, right? But go ahead. I cut you off.
When you get asked that question, I mean, how do you answer? I mean, like
he's my good friend.
Yeah.
I mean, he started my career.
Yeah.
I mean, my career had been going. I was in a lull. I was doing like
stuff I was
just junk crap. Just to make ends meet and pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
And he came along and offered me this
fantastic.
I auditioned this great role where I'm in that 7.5 hour makeup.
Yeah.
Slither. I did Slither. It was his first movie, and it was a really difficult, technically difficult movie. It was like a lot of makeup and stuff. And I never even used makeup usually. When I go into the makeup rooms, when I get a movie, I go into the makeup trailers and I go, "What do you think?" They go, "Oh, well, we could do this." And I go, "Nah." Yeah. I turn and walk out.
Yeah, me too.
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't get much makeup either.
Unless there's a scar or something that you need to do, I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
You can slop me down if I get too sweaty. Or I don't sweat that much when I'm working. I have to, acting doesn't make me sweat. I don't get nervous.
Right. You don't get nervous?
No, I don't get nervous.
You don't get nervous before a take or before?
No.
Never, huh?
Never.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
I did early in the beginning, but once I got my feet under me, I was like, I'm.
You know what you're
I'm
doing.
Good. I'm good.
I got this.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah. It's
was that the last?
Interesting.
Was that the last time you auditioned for something? Well,
that was one of the last times I auditioned since Slither was one of the last.
Yeah.
I do audition. I haven't auditioned in a while. I get offered stuff and
yeah. I was going to ask.
So much work out there. They can see what they want. They either know they know what they're getting when they get me. I mean, they don't really know what they're getting because, I like to think all these roles are I like to think they're all a little different.
Oh, of course.
They got the same voice and the same internal sensibilities, but they're all different. I had a quandary like early in my career. I was like, oh, come on. How many times can I play a cop? I was playing cops and detectives all the time. I was just so tired of it. How many times can I do this? I don't know what to do anymore with this. And then because of that, I became a better actor because I realized that they're all just so different. Subtly differences make a big. It's a big deal.
A big impact.
And you could play 100 different cops, and they could be different.
All different.
Everyone could be totally different.
Yeah.
The script helps, but but you do the same. I mean, you get the same scenes. I mean, I just did a movie in South Korea.
Yeah.
Nobody spoke English.
I've done those before.
Dude.
Yeah.
They got the translators going at it, and they're going to tell me what the director just said to me.
Yes, yeah.
And I got so good. Me and the director were so good at communicating, even though he didn't speak English and I didn't speak Korean.
Yeah.
We were still communicating.
Yeah.
He would explain to me in his language what he was looking for in this scene. And the translator would start to tell me, and I'd go, I got it. Let's shoot.
Wow.
because you don't communicate just with voice.
Right.
You're communicating with your eyes, with your hands, with your body language.
Yeah.
You're
gestures,
communicating with how soft your voice is getting,
Yeah.
or how loud, or what it sounds like. And he was communicating with me that way. I was getting what he was saying without understanding the actual language.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which the translators were like, huh. Well, you know what? You got 5 translators. You asked 5 of them what he just said. You get 5 different answers. So you might as well just choose the fucking answer that the guy just spoke to you about in a different language. I'll choose that language. That makes more sense to me. I had a blast.
Was that recently?
Just recently, yeah, recently.
In South Korea?
Yeah.
Is that something that is
it's
out
called,
there that
it's
we
called
can watch?
Right now it's called Pig Village.
Village?
Pig Village.
And is it available?
Not yet. It's still in post.
Okay.
And the Pig Village means...
Are you the only American?
In the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
No, they had English. They had other English people there.
Okay.
Other Americans. They had some English guys, and they had.
Okay, so
a lot of Americans, a lot of English-speaking people go there to work.
South Korea.
Yeah, they do a lot of film.
Oh, they have a huge movie industry these days. God.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know.
The Korean,
when was that? Just
Don Lee. I worked with Don Lee, and his Korean name is something else, but he's like a Tom Cruise over there, but a more bigger, masculine guy.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
I
Train
know
to
him.
Busan.
Train to Busan. I loved that movie. Yeah.
And stuff like that. And he's got a production company over there, and he does a lot of work. So he's like one of my. I turned out to be one of his favorite American actors. Really? So that's why I got the job.
How long were you over there?
About 3 months or so.
Wow.
A little more than 3 months. My daughter lives in Japan, so she came over and she was my assistant.
I really love Japan. Japan is, I was there recently, and what a beautiful city, and the people are so nice. And now that you got the Google Translate thing, it's really not that tough to,
And a lot of Japanese people learn English.
Yeah.
And so you can, it's okay. You can communicate. Yep.
They shot that movie in English. Everybody was.
We shot it all in English. Yeah.
In English.
In English.
Wow.
That's the first movie their production company has shot all in English.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I've shot before where I was shooting with like a Czech crew, Czechoslovakian crew, and I kind of liked it because.
But no one spoke English except the English people, so it was interesting. It was interesting.
I liked it because it was like I could do a take and it'd be like I'd know that none of them could judge it. They had no idea what I said, so
Exactly. After you do your take, you're like, that was excellent. Let's move on.
What are you? Are you set for anything yet? Soon yet? Anything? Are you? Taking
no, I'm just right now. I just passed on a couple little things, but little things that like.
Could you send them my way?
This is when people hear this. He passed on some stuff in this period of our business. He's passing. Whoa.
Yeah.
But they were just not for me, and you get it, I get it, and one was with the casting director Lisa May in Canada. They work out of Wilmington, North Carolina, and they do a lot of she casts a lot of stuff, and I always want to work with stuff that she brings to me, and this one I couldn't, but we'll do it another time. You know, that's all. The
next one,
next one.
All right. Well, listen.
Well, when you're, I just want to know, when you're out in public, how often does someone yell a Mary Poppins y'all at you? Is that a very
that people like that? James Gunn's project Guardians of the Galaxy. I praise this. He's such a great writer, director, and he's a good friend. And I think he's a great guy to work with. So, yeah. And Guardians of the Galaxy, I as actors, we got that little symbol, the smiley face and the frowny face.
Yeah.
I like to tell people that my character in Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2, the second one, I had two scenes that brought that out. I had a scene that created a spontaneous outburst of laughter, and then I had a scene that created a spontaneous outburst of weeping, all in the same movie.
Wow!
So I like to think of it as the SAG emblem, the smiley face, the frowning face, all in one movie, and everything in between. He's so meticulous with his writing, and it's so really great. You don't have to rewrite anything, man. It's just like it's written, it's there on the page, and it just comes out, and it's beautiful stuff.
Well,
and then when you were reading the script and that line, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all," which is just, it's both of those things. It's funny and it's sad all in the same moment. Could you tell when you were just reading the script that it was going to kind of blow up like it did?
No, we couldn't tell that, but I knew for a fact that if my fellow actor did not do his line right, my line wouldn't have worked. So that's the whole pass the ball.
Yeah.
You pass the ball, I pass the ball to you, and it's like it takes a team to make, sometimes along with James Gunn yelling in the background, "Do it this way now. Yeah. Now do this one." And he's like,
it's great.
We did it several ways.
Yeah.
And so for me, I can do it once I know what I'm doing. I could do the line a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
I'm not stuck in one way of doing it, because I know how these things get edited and how we've been in the business a long time. We can do it several different ways.
Yeah.
Dude, what way do you want me to do it so it's going to be in the fucking movie? That's the way I want to do it. It may not be the way I would do it, but if it's going to stay in the movie because this is the way you want it done, then I'll do it. Jeez. It's easy. It's easy. Just tell me what you want.
Yeah.
So I don't change your mind. I'll change your mind because I can do it. Yeah. I can do it the way I want to do it. Usually the way I want to do it is the way that brings the most truth to the line and to the role, because it's internal, but I can do the line in different ways.
When you're not working with somebody like Gunn, or do the words matter to you to a point where you'll say to a director, "Hey, can I change? Can we rework this?"
I don't say that.
You don't do that. You just say the words no matter what they're. Go ahead.
No, I don't. I just say what I want to say. I don't tell them I'm going to change it, or if it's they don't care. Usually they don't care.
Okay.
They just want it to be believable and honest and truthful.
And fit, yeah.
I know, but sometimes another actor will have a cue off of what you say. And
I don't mess with the cues.
Okay.
If there's a specific cue, I've gotten down to where I could change. If I have a little speech, I can change the beginning and the middle and keep the ending and then segue right back into the old line so that he's got his cue.
Yes. Okay.
And I don't
so
like
you
messing
don't
with
go,
the other
you don't
actors'
go
stuff.
Instead of like go this, because this was my big mistake. I would go to the director and go like,
"Oh no, that's a big mistake. I know. No, you should never talk to the director. They don't know what they're doing.
Why he's working all the time.
I don't tell them what I'm going to do.
Wow.
I got the script. I've studied the script. I know what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to do it or what I'm going to say. I'm going to say the script, but
it's not going to be those exact words.
If things change within the moments, when moments change like that, the accidental
Don't
moments,
go to work for the Coen brothers. The Coen brothers.
Well, they probably write it so goddamn well that you don't need to change anything.
Of course.
That
was Tombstone. That was Terminator.
Right?
For me, that was Aliens. I mean,
Like James Gunn scripts are so well written.
Yeah, why?
Dude. Yeah. But he opens it up. He lets you try different things.
Yeah.
So that's okay too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and I especially in the end of the sequence, and he goes, "Okay, one for the fun of it."
Right.
Well, dude, what do you mean? All of these have been fun to me. Okay. You mean you haven't seen the one you want yet? So okay, we'll do one for the fun of it. I always like the one for the fun of it ones.
Can you think of any other career that has been as fun, or that you've enjoyed as much, traveled as much, had camaraderie with people?
No, I knew I was an actor from the beginning.
You did.
I knew I was an actor before I knew I was an actor. I knew I was an actor back when I was a kid watching a commercial. I'd be watching the commercial and I go, "You don't drink a Coca-Cola like that." I get up and walk away. Like I'm watching these guys and I'm going, it's not the way you do that.
8-year-old. This isn't working for me.
I can't do this. Okay? I need a moment. Call me when my cartoons are back on. But I did. That's the way I was, and that's the way I grew up. Intuitively, I just know in my brain how things are supposed to happen. It's interesting.
Have you ever run across any directors that you've, other than that idiot on Tombstone, that you really fucking butted heads with?
Yeah, we butted heads a little bit. But.
Well, I know you two did, and you don't have to say their names, but do you ever run into people? Because I always find...
it always happens. You know what? It happens. Yeah. And it's good. Sometimes those arguments or those disagreements end up bringing more energy into the scene, and it ends up making the scene better.
Yeah,
because nobody's perfect every time. So you know what? Oh, whoa! Let me think about that. I like if I get
direction.
Instruction. Yeah. I like to take a moment.
Yeah,
and I've gotten better at just like bringing it right back out. If there's somebody's yelling something, like a James Gunn, he'll yell something, and okay, let's do it again. I can do that. Yeah. Boom, right away.
I have found for me also.
I prefer to take a moment though, if I can.
Well, I found for me also that I know what I want to do. Yeah. I know what I want to do. Yeah. I come in, I know what I do exactly what I want to do. And then a director will say, well, what about this? Mm-hmm. Maybe what about that?
Right.
And then kind of like nudge it one way or the other. Right. And, I never thought about doing it like that, but it sometimes turns out to be better than like I come in solid, but if you want to move me around this way or that way, sometimes that's...
Well, we have to, because not everyone's going to say the line to you the way you envisioned it.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a different take on that line. They give their take to you, and that may influence you to say your line in a different way.
When you're working with Gunn, do you guys rehearse?
Almost never. They like to. I don't like to read. I don't like to tell other actors what I'm doing. I don't like to. Okay. I don't. Telegraphing
Animal.
Is the worst thing for me. I'd rather
surprise
say action and let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm not rehearsing around a table. That's one thing, but getting up and actually doing it, I don't usually like to practice that kind of stuff because you never know what's going to happen on set.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden now something happens on set. You've rehearsed it 1,000 ways, 1,000 times the other way. Now you're stuck.
Yeah.
I like to be not stuck. I like to be fluid. I like to be a Bruce Lee like water, on the set. So I can do it either way, any way I want.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of working with James Gunn, written by, not directed by, you were in had a nice little role in a great action horror movie, low budget, that I just really love, called The Belko Experiment.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And starring Adria Arjona, who one of her first movies, who's an Onslaught that's coming out. And I just wanted to hear about your experience working on that movie. You were alongside Dave Dasmalchian, who I also love. And any stories, what was that like?
A lot of great stories on that one. Yeah. I'll tell you one that I only had 5 days because I was doing a project, and I came down to Bogota to do that. We did in Bogota. And I was only there for like a week and a half. And then I had to go back to work. So I got there, and it was very quick. Everybody's heads explode.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not interested in having my head exploded. And it's got to be a head injury, though, right? So I was like, I remembered the time when my car got dented in an accident, and the fender went into the tire, which into the engine, which caused the engine not to go. That was my concept with my death. My death was important to me because all the deaths we are going to die. So I had a lot to say about my death. So James Gunn wasn't there, so I'd call him on the phone. How about this? And I'd tell him, oh, okay. And then he had the guys there doing all the makeup and digital stuff. And so I gave them an idea that, how about if my head gets dented in, like the fender of my car? And that's what stops my brain, which kills me. So when you see the scene, it's sort of somewhat of an accident. Mm-hmm. I get hit by this big wrench, which there's no blood. It did, but there's an awesome dent in my skull.
Yeah, there is.
It was a great death. And then you see the dent, and I think I lean against the wall and I go, I forgot what the line was, but I think I go, oh, something feels funny. And I slide down and die.
Your favorite death scene?
That was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
James Gunn has two. He kills me every time. So now I literally have two of my favorite death scenes with his movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One is my head's being pounded onto the ground by Rainn Wilson, and the way they do it in the digital department is like, it looked like my head became this balloon. It was like jiggling around. All the bones were being crushed. That was a cool death scene.
Yeah.
And the one with the indentation is a very cool death scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a fun movie. Yeah, very fun movie.
Trying to figure out ways to die. How am I going to kill you this time, Rooker? He loves killing me. Pecked apart by eagles, Crazy.
Well,
anyway, dude,
thank you.
What a fun time we've had.
Thank you for so much, Michael, for coming in. You always have been an inspiration to me. You're fucking excellent in everything that I've ever seen you in. And whenever I know you're going to be in something, I go watch it. And you're always, from an actor's standpoint, I like to see good performances. I like to. I love seeing my buddies. I love seeing people I know out there just and
is killing it. That's so much fun.
That's the way that I feel like you, and I've always felt that way with you. And the very first thing I saw you in was Henry. That was the very first thing that I saw you, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this motherfucker, man? He's good." And you stayed consistent, and you stayed good, and you stayed out of trouble, and you haven't said the wrong thing, and and congratulations on a truly wonderful career. And looking at you, you look healthy as it can be. You got another 20 years in you, if I'm not, if you want it.
I've been, dude. I love doing what I do, so it's not like work. You know, and so there's no stress there. It's not like, I got to go to work. You know, I'm like,
I get to go.
I want to go to work.
I get to go to work.
I love working. So
I've always told my children that, like, if you can find a vocation that you're really passionate about and you really love doing, and you can make a living doing it, that's fucking half the battle, right? At least.
Please. Life is not meant to be lived in such.
I always told
work
people
should be your easiest thing. That should be the most pleasant thing you get to do. You know, and hanging out with friends. And my work, your work, we get to go to work and actually hang out with friends at the same time. And joke.
And create, collaborate.
Be artists. We're artists.
I always told people that I never worked a day in the movie business because it was just too much fun. And the dirty secret was I would have paid to be in those positions.
I can't say that.
You're taking it a little bit too far there, Jim.
Back off there, buddy. You know, I get paid.
I never told anybody that. I never said. You don't need to.
You're just thinking that, right? Yeah.
Now it's going to be on the podcast. Now everybody's going to know that you don't even need to get paid anymore. Love it.
Yeah.
Fun. Well, wonderful to see you.
Yeah, and you too. And the thing that I like so much about doing this is it gives me a chance to spend an hour and a half with an old friend and somebody. Right. And I end up getting to know things about you that I was aware of, but I've always respected you as an actor, and I've always enjoyed watching you as an actor. And congratulations on a wonderful career so far. I think you've got many years in front of you, and maybe we can come back in 5 years and we'll do it again, and you can talk about the new ways that Gunn has decided to fucking kill you off. All right.
True.
All right.
Maybe in 5 years we'll still be able to do burpees.
All right, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much.
All right.
Right on.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
Yeah, this was cool.
You know, I thought you were going to butt in a lot more than this. This is like, I was waiting for you to butt in several times, and I was like, oh, geez, this guy's supposed to be butting in. He ain't butting in.
Michael was on his game today. I didn't have to.
He said you're on your game today.
That many of his sentences.
Well, thank you, man. Bye-bye.